Hello.
Hello, Matthew.
Hi, sure. Good
Yeah.
evening.
Yes, good evening.
How are you doing?
Oh, yes, I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
Um, I'm a little bit tired.
A little bit tired. Why?
Yeah. I think it's because um, I did so hard on work, so I was out of energy.
Ah, okay, so you run out of energy.
Energy? The how do you what does that energy mean?
Energy.
Yeah, energy. Yeah, correct. Energy.
Yes, okay, so you ran out of energy, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just heard you said I did hard work, right?
I did hard on work.
On work. Okay, well, actually, work and then did are both verbs, right? So better to say I worked hard.
Oh, really? But
Yes.
I think that work is a noun.
Yes, but
It
in your
has a noun.
sentence, because you said did, so there is an action which is your work. So what do you do at work? You do an action as well, right? So there is a redundancy.
Oh,
So it's better to say I worked. I really worked hard today, like that. Okay?
oh, oh, okay.
Yes. Or there is one sentence you can also say it's an idiom. Break a leg.
Break a leg.
Yes, break a leg. Okay, I can teach you, or yes,
I
we
guess.
can use this idiom for
Uh-huh.
tonight. Break a leg. So when you say break a leg, it means you did really, or you worked really hard. Um,
Ah,
for example, today. Okay, here,
okay.
break a leg.
Break a leg.
Yes. So when you describe something that you really got tired, you felt exhausted, so it means you really did a lot of things. Okay,
Oh,
you were too busy. So you could say, I break a leg, or I broke a leg today at work, like that.
okay,
Okay?
okay.
Yes. All right.
I hope
So,
I can remember.
okay, you can take note. You could have your notebook, right? I told you before in our first class that you should have your notes. So you can write it. You can write down, and then that's your like dictionary. So it will always remind you of what you have learned that you sometimes forget. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, break a leg. All right, so tonight's topic is business presentations, right?
Yes.
And can you please read the statement below?
Hold on. Let me open the
Oh,
calendar
sure,
first.
no problem.
Are we still on module 3?
This is on module 4.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Unit 1?
Unit 2,
Unit 2. Oh,
it's about visual aids.
can you check? Oh, visual aids. Yeah.
Yes, visual aids, okay.
Okay.
Alright, so there is a statement below by Dorothy Samoff.
Yes.
Okay, please read.
Make sure you have finished speaking before your audience has finished listening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So what do you understand about that? Or what comes in your mind? Make sure you have finished speaking before you or your audience has finished listening.
It means to say when you finish you speak in the meantime, which means, oh, okay, it means to say, you will finish your speak first, then before audience, before I know what you want to say, but let me think how to
Okay,
express.
yes. All right. This is a practice of comprehension, right?
Comprehension. Uh, that means it means to say, make sure.
You can do it.
Uh, if you want to say a situation, that means when you stop speaking, it means your listener or audience already. It means you give all that you want to say.
Yes. Okay. Is it kind of hard to explain?
No, I just I don't know how to express that.
Okay. Well, that's also that's a practice. That's why I ask you what comes in your mind about a certain statement. All right, because that's how you improve the way you think and express your English. Okay. So make sure you have finished speaking before your audience has finished listening. It means, or you can say that you should explained, or you should explain well. You should explain well what should be for them to know what's all about your, for example, your speech, or what's all about your presentation. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it means that they won't ask anymore because you have said it well.
Oh.
So make things clear to them. Okay. Make sure that you finished your presentation well and clear. Okay.
So is that the practice you teacher you say going to express?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it is going to. It is mean to say, make sure you give all you want to say to your audience.
Yes, that's also correct.
Finish.
Yes. So anything that is explained in the sentence, or anything that you say which explains the statement, is right. So it only depends how you say it. So this is just to start up our lesson, okay? Sometimes we understand, but we don't know how to explain it, right? So this is just a practice, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so let's have business English visual aids. So what is visual aids? Please read.
Visual aids
Yes.
that you often encounter in PowerPoint presentations,
Okay.
such as pie charts,
Yes.
graphs, bar graphs, bullet objects, etc.
Okay. Bullet points.
Oh, bullet points.
Yes. Okay.
And can often be challenging for non-native English speakers to refer to, and you may be tempted to just talk about them without properly referencing them or using the correct language,
Okay.
or worse still, just ignore them. And in order for your audience to easily follow your presentation and to follow yourself to come across more professionally, here are some common English phrases that can be used to help describe visual aids during a presentation.
Yeah, during a presentation. All right. So just be careful of this word. You said follow. It should be allow.
Oh,
Yes, you said to easily follow a presentation and to allow you yourself. So it should be allow. Okay. And then refer. So it's not refer. It's refer.
oh, refer.
Yes, refer. All right. And pie charts, graphs, bar graphs, bullet points, boxes. So these are the main points or keywords that we have in our topic tonight. Okay.
Okay.
So let's discuss the following questions. Oh, by the way, are you familiar with pie charts? Oh, sorry, pie charts, bar graphs, bullet points, boxes. Okay. So number one, do you often use visual aids when making presentations? Or have you ever tried?
Yeah, if I am going to have a presentation, I often use the chart, but not really not really a visual chart, but a static chart
Okay.
to uh, strong to make sure that my audience know my points.
Okay. Know your points. Very good. Can you say it again? Not really a visual chart, but
A static chart.
static. Static, right?
Yeah, static.
Okay. What do you mean by static chart?
Yeah, because the visual chart somehow it looks like it will automatically change, right?
Yes.
But the chart that already fixed and will not change, I call them static chart.
Okay. It's already fixed. It's already explained in the picture, right?
Yeah.
You only point the important information. Okay. Yes. So this is also an example of visual aids, I think. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yes. As long as you show something that's already an example of visual aid. Okay. Hello?
Hey, teacher.
Yeah. Okay. So you said, I'm not sure. Did you say I will be going?
If I'm going, I am.
If I
If I am going.
if I am going. Okay. Yeah, that's the right sentence. If I am going to have presentation. Okay. Number two. Do you often or do you find them necessary in presentations?
No, not really. Because
Okay.
if you can describe the points very clear
Okay.
through statements,
Okay.
then you will not need the chart.
You will not
You will not need
the charts.
a
Okay.
chart to help you.
Okay. A chart
To help you.
to help you.
Yeah.
Okay. To help you. All right. Yeah. So you mean that it depends.
Yeah. Depends.
Okay. But yes or no? Are they necessary?
Is that yes or no I can choose?
Yes, just yes or no. All right. So just to answer yes or no, of course the question with a yes or no.
Yes, it is necessary.
Okay. It is necessary, right? Okay. So what types of visual aids do you know and have you used before? You have tried.
Um,
Well, anyway, there's no corrections yet, which is good about your statements, okay?
okay, thank you,
Okay,
teacher.
so number three, what types of visual aids do you know or have you used?
Um, not sure. I'm not sure which one is. Teacher, can you scroll up to the visual aid example?
Visual aid here.
There is, yeah, right now. There, how what do you call this visual aid?
Which one? Well, actually, it shows different
Yeah, yeah, the one with multiple rectangular.
multiple rectangular. This one?
Yeah, this one right now.
Okay, that's the bar graph.
Bar graph.
Yes, bar graph.
Why is this a bar?
Sorry.
Why is it called a bar?
Do you know? Oh, no, no, no. I mean, your cell phone.
My cell phone?
Yes, the charge of your cell phone. Isn't it there is rectangular, the charge of your cell phone is rectangular shape, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we call bar. It's a rectangular shape that can be longer or shorter.
Oh,
Yes.
so the shape is like similar to rectangular
It's
coal
a,
bar.
yes, it means it's a graphical display. Graphical display that shows height, different heights.
Oh, okay,
Okay, so just remember bar means rectangular shape.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
okay, to represent um, the height when it comes to, for example, percentage. Okay,
Okay.
all right,
Yeah, the bar graph
yes.
I often used is the visual aid I often use.
Okay, the bar graph. Please say your sentence again. The bar graph is
It's it's one of visual aids that I use I mostly use.
that I've mostly used. Am I right?
Oh,
Okay.
I don't know if I have um I mean I don't know if it have to use I have instead of I only. Yeah, the formal writing. Yeah. Um, I mean to say, I have no idea that in this situation I need to use I have because um I say because my answer is I mostly use. Yeah, yeah, this is my answer. Used. Used. Yes. What if I use used? Because uh well, my sentence is present tense, but I am I am saying the things happen in the past. Oh, Oh, oh. Is that is these two have a different meaning?
That's very important because if you will say I have mostly used, it means you are referring to the things in the past. So the sentence is in the past. But if you say I mostly use, so the sentence is in the present. So that's how you describe your sentence. Okay,
So yeah, because describe I'm describing
in the past.
uh yeah
Okay,
uh
so
the
then
thing
it should be I have mostly used. Okay. Okay, so just to be quick, the question is have used. So then you should follow the question is in the past. So then you can say I have mostly used. Okay?
does that also mean right now still to last right now?
Yes, right now. That's the perfect uh past. Perfect past.
Perfect past.
Yes. Okay. That you are stating now. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so just always remember it depends. Your answer always depends on the question. The question can be what types of visual aids do you or did you try to use? Or
Hmm.
um oh, I forgot the question. You use. You use. Okay? But since there is before, so it automatically means the question is about the past. So then your answer should also be in the past, though you are answering now. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Clear?
So in this form, it is answer in the past.
Yes. Okay, like for example, did you eat your dinner? I'm asking you, did you eat your dinner? So that's in the past. You cannot say, yes, I do. You should say, yes, I did. Right?
Yeah.
So same thing as this question, have used. So this is in the past. So then your answer should also be in the past that I have mostly used. Okay?
But um, but doesn't that form means um in the past, but don't know exactly when it is would start and still last to right now.
I have been using. So better to say I have been using.
I have been using.
Yes, when you use the word been, it describes something in the past that has happened and until present. It's an
Oh,
ongoing action. Okay, just remember when you use have been, has been, it means an ongoing action that continuously happens up until present. Okay? Like for example, I have been a teacher for 8 years. It means 8 years ago, up until now, I am a teacher. So I have been a teacher. Okay?
okay.
So there
So
are,
likewise, it is I have, not just not been.
yes. Okay? So there are different tenses that you should also learn how to do it in sentences. So you can search about subject verb agreement. Or sorry, tenses. I mean tenses.
Okay.
Tenses. All right. Okay. Now clear with that?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Okay, well
Yeah,
anyway,
that's it.
anyways, just
That's
take
it.
note of that. When you use been, it means an ongoing action. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, like I have been talking to you since I called you on Skype or since we started our class, right?
Uh-huh.
So I continuously talk to you. I did not stop. So that's why I can say I have been talking to you. We have been discussing about visual aids, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. But if it's a completed action, all right, if you're done, you describe something that is done. So you can say, um, I have talked to you yesterday.
Oh,
But you cannot say,
it
I
is
have
done.
been talking to you yesterday. So this time I'm using a time phrase yesterday to complete the action, right?
Mhm.
Okay, to complete the action, if I say I have talked to you, that's incomplete. But if you say I have talked to you yesterday, that's a complete thought. The situation has happened, it's done. When? Yesterday. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
But I have heard about if you use a have to describe something was done in the past, you cannot use specific timeline. I
Yes,
mean,
exactly.
like yesterday.
Yes. Yes.
But here you just use I have talked to you yesterday.
Because that's to complete the thought that it's a finished action.
Finish action. But doesn't that not proper if the sentence I just say was correct?
Which one?
I mean, my thought that if you use have finished something in the past, you cannot specify a time because you have no idea when it was done. So you use have.
Ah, no, no, no. That doesn't mean you will not use have because there is no specific time phrase. You sometimes put specific time phrase to describe something that is done.
But you cannot use them both in in a sentence, right? I mean, for example, I have finished my job yesterday, and which is not correct, right? Because you I can only say I finished my job, and when have no idea, so I use I have finished. But if I know when I finish, I can only say I finished my job yesterday, so I cannot use I have finished.
Yes, you can say that. It depends on the thought.
Depends.
Yeah, it depends on the thought of the sentence.
Um,
You can sometimes use have and then time
mhm.
phrase. Have plus time phrase. Okay? There are different rules.
Did you hear you say time phrase?
Yeah, time phrase here.
Oh, time
When you
phrase.
say time phrase, these are the dates, the time, the months that you use to complete the sentence.
Okay, includes yesterday, tomorrow, something like that.
Yes, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, a moment ago, 1 hour ago. Alright?
Okay.
So you put time phrase just to complete the sentence. Alright? That
Uh-huh.
doesn't mean you cannot always use have. Alright?
Yeah, if you use time phrase and perfect, how is that the perfect uh, present finished term tense?
Present perfect tense.
Present perfect tense.
Yes.
Yeah, present perfect tense cannot be present um, together with time phrase, right?
Cannot be perfect with
Cannot be exist with time phrase.
time phrase.
Hmm.
No, it can be. That's why I said there are different rules or there are different sentences wherein you can use have.
Oh,
Okay, but if you would like to express present perfect tense, then you can just use the a different pattern. For example, there is present perfect tense that you use subject plus has and have plus past participle.
Mm.
When you say past participle, that is the last change of the verb, right? Like eat, ate, eaten. Eaten is the past participle,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
And then, but there is another pattern that you can use subject plus have, that's negative, have not, right? And then past participle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the first one was positive and then the second one was negative.
Okay.
Okay, so your main question is you cannot use have if you are referring to something that is in the present perfect tense. You mean?
No, I mean I cannot use present perfect tense when you know a specific time. You when you know the specific time.
When you use, when you know the specific time.
Yes.
Okay, that's why it depends on the answer. For example, you can say, I have tried sushi.
Mm-hmm.
So if the question is, have you tried sushi? I have tried sushi, yes. But if the question is, have you tried sushi before? Then you could say, I have tried sushi before. So before then
Yes.
is the time phrase. So that's why it depends. Okay?
Okay.
Alright. Have you eaten sushi yesterday? Right? So then you can say,
Oh.
yes, I have eaten sushi yesterday. Just to complete the thought that we are talking about yesterday, not 2 months ago, not we don't know when, but just to complete the thought, you have eaten yesterday. Okay?
Really? I thought in that case we can only use did you eat sushi yesterday?
Well, that's why I said it depends on how you ask questions. It also depends your answer, or that also depends. All right?
Okay.
Okay, like here. Do you know and have used? So it automatically means in the past. Question asking in the past, right? So you cannot say
Yes.
I mostly use because this is in the past. So it should be I have mostly used. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we always depend on the question.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes.
So I noticed that it's kind of becoming like a big deal to you, but don't try to focus more on how you make it the right way. So there's
Mm-hmm.
always rules, okay? There's always rules that we follow when it comes to sentence construction.
Okay.
Okay. Number 4, what visual aids do you find easier to work with?
Um the, the visual aids I find easier to work with is still the bar graph.
Okay, easier.
Yeah, easier to work with.
Okay, is the bar graph. Okay,
Yeah. It's the bar graph.
yes. Why?
So that's also why I have mostly used before.
Okay. Is it or is it clearer?
Sorry?
So it's clear when you use bar graph. Clear.
Meaning, no. When it's because the question is what visual aids do you find easier to work with, right? And
Yes.
my answer is bar graph, but that doesn't mean in each presentation before I use bar graph.
Okay, but this is the easier way, or the easier one to use.
Yeah, it is that if I going to use bar graph, if I'm going to use a visual aid, I
Okay,
will go for a bar graph.
a bar graph. Okay,
Yes.
yes. All right. Number 5. Which visual aids do you find difficult to work with?
Uh, I think there's not.
Okay,
Yeah, each each visual aids has its own benefits to use. So it just the bar the the bar graph is simpler to me, so I use it often.
often. Okay, all right. So there is not, or you can also say there is none. Okay,
Here,
yes, there is none. All right. Okay, good job with your sentences. Next. Now let's answer and choose the right answer or the best answer to complete the sentences. Okay?
okay.
So did you see this earlier?
No.
Okay.
Are we going to uh, skip this part and
If you want to skip it and then we'll do it next class, it's okay. So we won't waste time.
yeah?
Okay, so we can just go back to this part.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So let's just have vocabulary samples. First, by almost. So what does it mean of by almost?
It is used to give more impact when describing statistics or figures, like sales increased by almost 7% last year.
Okay. So that is something to describe more percentage. Okay.
Or percent.
Yes, like from 100%, when you say by almost, it means 90%, 95%, okay, of 100.
Come again?
Okay, when you say by almost, it means you are describing something that is, for example, you explain 100%. You're explaining something about the sales, which is to 100%. So when you use by almost, it means you are describing that it's, for example, 95%, 98% of 100. Okay? It means almost, by almost.
You mean very close to 100%?
Yes, close to 100%, like 97%, 98%, 95. It means by almost. Okay?
Okay. You want to say is does that want to emphasize something?
Yeah, by almost. Okay, like here, sales increased by almost 7% last year. So it means that is 6.9, 6.8, 6.7 before 7%. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So that's what I mean about 97, 96% to 100. Okay? When we use by almost. Nearly. Okay? Nearly. Next
Okay.
word.
Dotted.
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 Yes.
These very small circles are commonly called dots.
Yes.
What is that?
Dots. When you try to give some important informations, you use dots.
Dots.
Yes. For example, you, you put on your resume my skills. So you will use dots. For example, computer literate, English fluent, or English fluency, like that.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you use dot to indicate the examples that you describe under your skills. Okay.
So what is the dotted? Does that mean nasty dots?
Yes, dots means dotted. They are small.
Oh.
They are very small circles. We call dots. Dotted.
When
That's
they
how
dot-
you use. Dotted. That's how you do it on your presentation or you put on your resume.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Type. That is the type. Okay. Yes. Dotted. Type.
Can I say you can dot it your resume to list your skill?
You can put dotted style.
Dotted style.
Yes.
That the adjective.
Yes. Okay. Next one. That's adjective. Okay.
Okay. Illustrates.
Yes. Illustrate.
Illustrate.
Yes.
In this context, illustrate has the same meaning as demonstrate or show, which is
Yes.
a little informal. And this phrase is used to introduce an example graph, etc. That proves a point or opinion you have made. That me is very polite and sounds like you are asking permission to do something even though you are not. It is very similar to a long. What? What is that?
Okay. Illustrate means when you are talking or when you are talking on a meeting, when you are stating your speech, right? Or okay, let's do it as when you do your demonstration. Okay. Yes, when you do your demonstration, when you say illustrate, it means this is what you do, right?
This is one of it.
Yes, you show something. You show pictures. You describe the picture. That's the word illustrate. Okay.
I thought illustrate is like you try to give more information to explain something.
Okay. On when it comes to talking, all right. The first example I said illustrate is to show pictures, to show something. Okay. That is an action. But when it comes to talking, when you describe illustrate when you talk, you use let me. These are formal. expressions you say, like, let me show you these pictures. Let me show you some examples. And then you can also say, allow me to show these examples. It means when you show something, you can speak this expression, let me. You can start saying, let me, allow me to. These are formal way, okay?
So it is when it comes to when we are speaking.
Yes, when it comes to speaking, illustrate describes like how you say it. So you can,
Isn't that
yes,
yeah? But doesn't that mean because in my mind I remember it is want to say something more specific.
yes, when you say more specific, you can use let me, you can say let me or allow me to. These are just examples you can use in your sentence when you speak.
Okay.
In a formal way, okay? Isn't it we have formal and informal speaking, right? So these examples are formal when it comes to formal speaking.
Okay.
So you can use let me or allow me to. Next word.
Demonstrate.
Demonstrate.
Demonstrate. Okay. To demonstrate used in this context to mean to prove or to confirm. Like the fall in sales demonstrates that our products are not what people want. To show can also be used with the same meaning but sounds less professional. Okay.
Next word.
Over.
Over.
Over in this context. Hold on. Teacher, do you know the context here means?
Context, that is information. The information written.
But in this context, so what context it refer to?
What context?
It refers to?
It can be a statement, it can be an event, it can be an idea. So here it refers to no, this is just an example. There is no specific word or something on the sentence. It's just to say over.
Over. But you say over in this context.
Yeah, when you say context, for example, there's a book. The context of the book. It means over the book. It can be the book. It can be paperworks. There's no specific example here. They just use the word context to say information.
Say information. So
yes.
How do I understand this? Because I'm not sure why there is a context in this sentence.
Okay, there is the word context because when you say over here, it means you try to say something about the book. For example, we are using book. When you say over this book, it means all the informations you can see, you can read in the book. So those informations are the context. Okay, so the notes are the statement and ideas that you read in the book. They are the context, okay? Those are what you can read in the book.
What about the context in demonstrate?
Demonstrate.
Yeah, demonstrate has a
Okay.
same.
Alright, so when you say context there, it can be a condition, it can be a situation, it can be a climate, or mood, or how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
It's weird.
okay. When you say context, it is part of something written or spoken.
But in this case, I don't see any written
The context is what you demonstrate.
what I demonstrate.
Yes, for example, you are demonstrating the bar graph that you mostly use, right?
Uh-huh.
So the bar graph is the context. That is what you demonstrate. So what's happening about your demonstration is the context. That is the situation you are explaining, you are demonstrating the bar graph.
But my point is there is nothing before when it comes to the context. It just in this context, there is nothing before, so I have no idea which context it refers to.
That's why we use context to describe a situation. There is no specific situation on the sentences. We only use context to describe situation. Okay? We only use the word context to describe a situation. Okay, like for example, if you want to use a specific word, you can say to demonstrate is used in this bar graph presentation. So bar graph presentation means that is the context. But instead of using bar graph, we use the word context to describe bar graph. We are demonstrating a bar graph. Did you get? We only use the word context.
Oh.
Okay? You can also say to demonstrate is used in the situation. You can use situation. Situation means also the same as context. So context is another word to say situation. Alright?
Okay.
So don't get confused on understanding sentences. You will really get confused if you think more of the word. Just try to think what's the meaning of the word here. So context means situation. So the same is used in this situation, is used in this context, the same meaning. Okay?
Okay. It's difficult.
Oh, why is it difficult? These are the synonyms. Synonyms. Okay, don't think other things. When you don't understand a word in a sentence, try to think of the synonyms.
I'm just trying to think if I am the writer, and because I cannot write the same sentence like as it was right. It was wrote because I I don't know the meaning. I don't know how to use the context this word.
That's why we have this word for you to learn. So it's not about to get confused. It's about to learn. How do you use this word? Okay,
Yeah.
because words or some synonyms are used depending on what kind of article, what kind of topic, what kind of sentences you are talking about. This is how to expand your vocabulary.
Okay.
Okay, so
I think it must be today I'm too exhausted.
yes,
So-
maybe you're slowing down on understanding some words. Okay,
Yes.
you know what? Okay, I just want to be honest, okay, but don't get me wrong. Don't try to really focus understanding the word, okay? If you cannot understand, take note, search it, and then search the synonyms so you can understand, okay?
Yeah, but teacher, there's words that even you search it and you still cannot understand how to use it.
Yes, that's why you should search the synonyms. The easiest way to understand words is to search the synonyms. Okay, for example, this is a good way, or this is a good time. When you search the word context in a dictionary,
Uh-huh.
it will show some similar words, right?
You mean synonymous?
Synonyms.
Synonyms.
Yes. You will get confused because there are lots of words to understand, right?
Not really.
No, I mean just an example. If you search the synonyms, there are more words showing up, and then you get confused. Wow, there are too many words to say, to remember, to know how to use. But that's the wrong way. Okay, just focus. These similar words are just the same as the word context. Okay,
Uh-huh.
all right, and then
But that
and then
only fits a situation, fits a meaning, right? Because many words have multiple meanings.
yes, that's why you should take note when to use this word. Okay. But anyway, it doesn't matter what word you use. As long as it's correct in the sentence, that's not a problem.
Okay.
Okay? So don't try to be more serious on, okay, I want to learn this word context. I want to know when to use it. Yes, that's right. But don't force yourself to really know when to use, how to use. Okay? Just try to learn.
Really?
Yes. Just try to learn this word. What's important is you understand what is context. So then if you encounter such sentence, you can understand. The sentence means this because it's the word context. So you know the meaning of context. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So anyways, I won't take much of your time, and I think you should have a rest now because I think you're really just tired tonight. And also, tomorrow I will search about your question. No, not search. I will confirm. I will give you confirmation about the present perfect tense. I will give you an example when to use time phrase and when not to use. Okay?
Oh, okay.
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 All right.
Thank you, teacher.
Yes, you're always welcome. Have a good rest, Matthew. Talk to you next time.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. Have a good rest. Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay.